Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm Sam Romeo, your Monday and Wednesday host. We've got a jam-packed show coming up with some information on Charles Hickman describes his experience on being taken abroad on a UFO, and Nisha Rika talks about a USM student actor film Sonder. And don't go anywhere because Keith Elder will be here later with something you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from Furniture Direct, with locations in Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Columbia. Are you looking for a deal? Lots of styles on a good value? You can find them on Facebook at Furniture Direct Hattiesburg for the latest specials and promotions. Or you can shop anytime at FurnitureDirectNow.com. You can see why Furniture Direct is your furniture destination.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today. Let's start things off with on-campus news. Southern Miss is celebrating a huge milestone, 50 years of its British Studies program. Since the 1970s, students have been traveling to London to earn course credit, learn from British scholars, and experience the culture up close. Southern Miss is leveling up its esports program under the leadership of Trace Ruttman. Ruttman brings new energy to the team, focusing on building a strong community and helping students develop skills that go beyond gaming. Good news for future leaders. The Gulf Blue Navigator program has extended the application deadline for its fourth cohort to October 31st. It's a chance for Gulf Coast residents interested in marine conservation and leadership to apply and join the initiative. Don't wait, apply today. Southern Miss rolled in a huge homecoming win, officially became bowl eligible. The Golden Eagles brought the energy and took care of business. It's a milestone moment for the team and the fans are pumped. In Hattiesburg news. Over 400 people showed out this Saturday in Hattiesburg for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, raising nearly $62,000 for research and education about Alzheimer's. A local Hattiesburg doctor is chasing a major goal, running a marathon in every single state. She's already completed several and says the challenge keeps her motivated while also inspiring her patients to stay active and take care of their health. Hattiesburg police are asking for public's help in identifying a suspect linked to multiple car break-ins. Anyone with information is encouraged to call HPD or submit an anonymous through Crime Stoppers. Presbyterian Christian School has announced plans for a new multi-purpose center that will host student programs, performances, and school events. Leaders say the project is designed to better serve students and families. In Mississippi news, Laurel Main Street is looking for teams to compete in its second annual Wing Wars event. Registration is now open and organizers are encouraging cooking teams, businesses, and community groups to sign up for a friendly wing cooking showdown. A pickup truck caught on fire on Sharon Road in Jones County, sending firefighters to the scene. Crews were able to put out the flames and no injuries were reported. Some families are speaking out against Halloween events being held at local cemeteries. They say the celebration feels disrespectful to those who are buried there and they want the events moved or canceled. A former Mississippi officer has been arrested for embezzlement after investigators say he pawned pistols that belonged to the police department. He is now facing charges as the cases move forward. In national news, a house party in North Carolina ended in tragedy with 13 people shot and 2 killed. Investigators are still piecing together what happened and say no suspects have been identified yet. Federal employees are missing their paychecks for their first full pay period as the government shutdown drags on. Many workers are facing financial uncertainty while essential services continue to be disrupted. The longer the shutdown lasts, the greater the impacts has on families and the community. The Trump administration has posted notice that federal food assistance will not be distributed on November 1st. The announcement means millions of low-income families who depend on SNAP benefits could be affected if no funding solution is reached. All right, Golden Eagles, here's your pop culture scoop. Kylie Jenner steps into the world with her new debut single, Fourth Strike, reviving her King Kylie era in a bold electro-pop move. Charlie XCX is making a crossover to film, producing and starring in A24's new feature, The Moment, set around her own story of pop stardom. And at the 2025 Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York, Madison Beer took out stage, performing live and showing off a standout runway moment that got fans talking. And that's your pop culture scoop. Before we wrap things up, here's a little inspiration to take with you today. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. William Morris. And that was our news update for today. You're tuned into Southern Miss Radio. We'll be back in just a minute with sports and weather, but first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
All right, Golden Eagles, here's your Southern Miss sports scoop. Southern Miss football pulled off a 42-21 victory over ULM, improving the Golden Eagles' record for the season and keeping the momentum strong in the Sun Belt play. Southern Miss volleyball fell to Old Dominion in a straight set, losing 3-0 on the road. Southern Miss women's soccer lost a close one at App State, falling 2-1. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head over to southernmiss.com. Golden Eagles, here's the weather forecast. Today brings clouds and scattered showers, with highs near 76 and lows around 60. You can expect light winds and damp skies. The sun's taking the day off, so grab that umbrella and your rain boots. Up next, we have Charles Hickman describes his experience on being taken abroad on the UFO.
This is Mississippi Moments on MPB, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. On the evening of October 11th, 1973, Charles Hickman and Calvin Parker were fishing the Pascagoula River when they had a close encounter with a UFO. Hickman explains.
We were sitting out on a little pier, just fishing out in the river, and it had become dark then, and I'd mentioned to Calvin that if it didn't bite better in a few minutes, we'd just give it up and go home. And something got my attention. I heard some kind of zipping sound, and as I was turning, I seen some type of craft, and it had two blue lights, and they were either revolving or pulsating. And it just seemed to come down and just hover about 1.5 feet above the ground. And almost immediately, there just seemed to be a door that appeared, and it didn't open like a regular door. It just seemed to appear there. And Calvin was just standing there with his mouth open, gaping at it. But it just seemed to hold me spellbound there looking at it. Then these three things, it came out of the craft. They seemed to just glide out about the same height that the craft was to the ground, and they were just coming toward us.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Coming up, we have a special guest you don't want to miss. That was Charles Hickman.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners, where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Let's welcome Keith to the show. Hey Keith, how you doing today?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. For anyone who hasn't met you yet, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role at Terror Lake?
Sure. Yeah, I graduated from Southern Miss in '96 with a music degree and owed a small gross domestic product of a third world country to the college after graduating. And then I went on to do some other stuff in technology and those things. I represent Elks 599. We're out there in the Dixie community, and we're putting on a haunted attraction as our second year called Terra Lake. And it's doing really well. We've been open 4 nights already, and we've scared a lot of people.
That is awesome. How did Terror Lake get started?
Well, it started with idea of one of our members. His name is Chops. And you'll see Chops if you're out there, if you come and visit us. He's a very, very scary clown and has really crazy feet. And so kind of his idea and some others, members out there. We have about 650 members total. It takes a large amount of members to put on something this large. As you can imagine, we have over 60 people working a night. And it's not the same members every night. We have kids that come in and go. Some have to go to football on Friday night, so they can't be there on Halloween. This coming Friday, but they're going to be there Thursday, and birthdays happen and all those kind of things. But so it's never the same every time you come. If you were to come every single day, it would be different, right? There's different scares. There's different people in different places with it, and so yeah, I mean it's been a lot of work to pull this together. It always is. But we've been working on it for the last several months, actually getting things ready. It's a lot of work.
That's amazing. Was there anything specific that inspired this idea?
Really, the Elks is a charitable organization. So the money that we raise at Terra Lake goes to different charities and things. Not this particular one, but like last year, I think we gave around $25,000 to the Dixie Fire Department, for example.
That is amazing.
And we've given over $2 million to the community, to our local Hattiesburg area community, since our inception as an organization out there. There's only 2 things to become a member. One, you got to believe in God, and the second is you support the Constitution. And that's all you have to do. So if you're of that like mindset and want more information, you can go to elks.org/599, and you can get some information. Feel free to contact us if you want to become a member out there. So in terms of like how it really got started was just a bunch of like-minded people getting together and going, we've got 1,500 acres out here. We have an 80-acre lake. We have permanent campground spots and things. We have a music park. We have a music festival every year as well. We put one on in March, actually. I think there were 8 to 10 bands on that day. And so it's just like, how can we use our property to help raise more money? We do a lot of stuff with building ramps in the community, scholarships, college scholarships, grants, all kinds of stuff that we help with. And of course, it takes a lot of money to run our lodge and run our property to keep everything up and all of that. So that's how I got started. And we just said, yeah, let's do it. And we had the right guy, Chops, to help us put it together. And so he really built that. So one of the things at Terra Lake is it is the largest maze in the state. I think the measurements are 60 by 66 feet. Now, when you enter the maze, you enter on one corner of it. I'm not going to give away all of our secrets. But if you knew exactly the way to go during daylight and you had a flashlight, which you don't have when you go into the maze, it is completely blacked out dark. And there are things in there that will get you. But it's 756 steps when you enter the maze just to get out of the maze if you know the way you're going.
That is insane.
Yeah, it takes a while to go through it.
I was going to say, what is the average time for someone to spend in that maze?
Probably 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, some people come out just exhausted. I'm like, man, this is a lot of walking because I mean, from the time you're there, and I would tell everybody, if you're going to come Thursday or Friday night, get there early, get in line. There is a lot of waiting, so the way it starts out is you pull in, follow our parking, you'll come down and you'll park, and you'll go up to our pavilion. And we have concessions, we have food, hamburgers, hot dogs, while you wait, snacks and things like that. And then you get in line, and then we have 2 haunted trail rides, and that's how we get our guests over to the actual area. So there is a haunted trailer ride.
Okay.
And kind of a funny story, Saturday, so once you take the ride, we take them over to the scary area. And pulling up there is pretty scary. It's an old rundown house, and it doesn't look very inviting, right? It's really kind of scary over there. But you have to go through a really, really dark holler to get there. And we have a couple of scares on the way of that trail, as you can imagine. And Saturday night, just on my trailer, because I'm one of the drivers, I run transportation, and we had 8 people that paid but wouldn't get off the trailer. They were already that scared, right?
That is too good.
Yeah, it was really good. So, yeah, I mean, we're going for scares. We're not trying to, be polite out there at all. It's called Terra Lake for a reason. But the story behind Terra Lake is that there was this girl named Ellie, and unfortunately, she wandered off in the middle of the night and she drowned in Terra Lake. And you can be out there in the woods. We have golf carts and jeeps. We ride around out there, and you'll be out in the woods, and you'll just hear footsteps coming towards you. It is the creepiest thing in the world. That is like legit, like a vibe out there when you're there, and some people can really feel it. That's why they won't get off the trailer, I think. I don't know. But if you want to come out for a real haunted attraction out there, it's really crazy. Now you'll hear about Ellie throughout the event if you pay attention.
She's like the lore of the entire event.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you hear her laugh or her footsteps, like I wouldn't turn around. I would just keep going.
I would be running away. So where is this lodge? Like, how is it close to Hattiesburg?
Yeah, just from the campus. The best way to go is just get on 59 and go south, and it's easy to remember. You get off on exit 59 on 59,
Okay.
and that is the 98 exit. You want to go to Mobile, right?
Okay.
So when you get off on 98, you'll see Elks Lake Road, and that's the road. So you just turn right. It's like a mile from when you get off the exit, and then you follow that down several miles, and you'll come up on a little country store on the left. That's called Ed and M's. It's our little country store there, and it's right outside the entrance of where you go into Terra Lake. So we're 212 Elks Lodge Road, and it's about a mile or so when you're on Elks Lake Road. You have to go through the forest. It's paved, and you go down to the lake. And we have parking attendants out there wearing vests and things, and they do hold traffic because we have trailers that need to get by. So, listen to our parking attendants. It would certainly help us out. And then they'll park you, and then you go up to the pavilion and hopefully get some hamburgers, hot dogs while you wait. And then when you get on the trailer, it's game on. Then we take you actually over to the event in the haunted trail. So you go through the woods. There's multiple scares there and things, and then you come out through all of that eventually into the maze. So from the time you get on the trailer until the time you get back to the pavilion, back to your car, can be about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. It depends on how long of a line we have once we get everybody over there. But we've been doing some really good scaring. It's been really good. And if you're listening out there and you want to, like, hey, let me go check out what you guys look like. Our social media team's been doing great this year. Facebook.com/Terra Lake Hattiesburg. You can look us up. We're just Terra Lake on Facebook. You can look us up there. We're also on Instagram, so we're posting stuff out there, and we're also on TikTok. So we got 3 different social platforms. And I think the guys just posted a video about 47 minutes ago, showing some of the stuff, and it's a good deal. It's a really good deal.
Y'all make sure you check that out. Can you tell us a bit about the behind the scenes of this event and what goes into it?
Yeah, so it's a lot. The maze is, we kind of just put it up last year. We got it thrown together, It took a lot of seed money. It takes a lot of money to build a 60 by 66-foot structure, right?
Absolutely.
And so this year, we beefed up the actual roof because we're getting ready to we're probably going to put 10 over it in the next year, right? Every single scare that was there last year has gotten bigger, more elaborate, and we've added more. I can tell you right now, I will give you one, the thing that I hear the most when when they come out, because we drop everybody off and we get to talk to everybody, and then we pick them up as the guys driving everybody over there. And so we get to talk to everybody, and I was like, what's the scariest thing? And so far, I'm going to say that our psych ward is winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be very scared to walk into that.
It's kind of crazy, some of the psych ward stuff. I mean, the maze is scary. If you listen and you're sitting at the pavilion and you listen, like you just constantly hear screams constantly. Like there's somebody screaming. There's some noise contraption making a device. Somebody's jumping out somewhere. But behind the scenes, workers we work for months out there. When I say we, Keith didn't work as much as others did. One of our leaders, Jonathan Stanberry, he poured heart and soul out there to be sure that we got that thing off the ground. Cody Styron, Adam McAdory, Josh Lubers, Eric DeWitt, they're running the psych ward. So the way that we do it is we split it up. So I was in charge of transportation, so I had to find some buddies that would, had a truck and could drive and would be willing to build all the rails and all the seating and the trailers and put all the lights and all the scary stuff. Like, it takes time, right? We work for about, just on that part, like a couple of weeks doing that. And then others have been working for months out there. Our cemetery that we have is crazy over the top this year. Kevin and his wife have just poured heart and soul into it. And just everybody's really just kind of gone overboard. I mean, literally, after we got done last year, we were all hanging out like the next day trying to clean up and stuff. And everybody was sitting around going, you know what I'm going to do next year? I'm going to do this next year. I'm going to do this. Like, the ideas were just flowing, And it got better every single night that we ran it last year. But we had a practice session this year. We brought the Purvis football team in. I think some of the cheerleaders joined them. So we got to practice with them. And, they're sitting on the trailer like they're just, all like, I'm a big football player, But when they got off the trailer, they were like, okay, I'm a little worried now.
They passed.
They passed. I mean, we had, getting off the trailer, we had some younger teens were just like, their anxiety just went through the roof and they just couldn't get off the trailer. I was like, it's not real. They're like, I know, but I just can't handle it. I just can't handle it,
Like, you did that good. It felt real.
And that's just a trailer ride. Like, imagine once you get inside of it,
Yes.
it's pretty good. But it's also fun, I mean, everybody knows that obviously it's not real. But when you see, it's just creepy,
Absolutely.
It's just a creepy thing. But tons of work, has gone into it. Candace and Kevin that did the cemetery, every day I went out there, they were out there doing something in the cemetery. Like, it's crazy. Others working in all the different areas. We have witches, of course, out there. We got some other. I'm not gonna give all of our scares away. You'll have to kind of come out and see. But you can buy tickets online for $20. I would recommend doing that. You'll save $5 doing that, and you can skip all the line stuff. You can get in line quicker if you have a ticket. It's $25 once you're there. Now we do have VIP passes, so I think they're $40, and they may go up a little bit for Halloween. We'll see. It's kind of like supply and demand kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But you can get tickets if you go out to either Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. You will see you'll see the tickets in the comments. There's a link. It's like bit.ly/TerraLake2025, I think is the link. And that'll take you to our online ticket sales. You can get those.
How long does it usually take to design and set everything up for each year?
Well, it takes several months, but we're always changing stuff. We're finding new ways. I'm hoping next year the transportation for the trailers doesn't take as much to work on, because we've built them out pretty strong this year with good seating on them. but we may have to expand it. We may have to expand the trail and take a longer ride next year because we may need to, it's growing so much, we may need to introduce a third trailer, right? To haul people and get everybody
Or
through.
school buses?
Yeah, it could be. School buses is what we want. Anybody has a school bus out there they want to donate, we'll take that, give you a good tax write-off for a charitable organization.
Let us know.
Yeah, but everybody, one I didn't call out, Lindsay and Dolly on their scare, they were out there like for weeks on end beforehand, decorating stuff. We even built, one thing I did was I lead a software engineering team at Rocket Mortgage. And so one of the things I built to help us out with the trailers, with the sound and audio, we're running smoke, we're running lights, we're doing sound files and audio, was I actually built a website and built out custom sounds. And so one that you may hear is, "Welcome to Terra Lake." So that's the official voice. That's my voice. That's pretty good. Not for
that is
for
amazing. No, I love that.
That's pretty good. Not for any effects on it, right? So you can imagine adding effects to it and other things, and how spooky it'll get when you get there. So built a whole custom website so it caches all the files locally on the iPhone or iPads. We actually turn off. We go airplane mode, so if somebody calls us, it doesn't interrupt the sound, and so it caches that. So built a whole. So we got a lot of technology that we're doing. Got a lot of electronical things and tricks up our sleeves we've been doing, and we just keep adding. Yeah.
This sounds amazing. Like, I definitely need to go check this out myself. Do you have a favorite character or room that you're especially proud of?
I think the Psych Ward this year. I think that one's going to win the overall best award probably. Everybody that comes out of there is really talking about that. I mean, the maze is amazing.
Okay.
Like when you go in the maze, it is dark. So just imagine you go into a room, you have no idea where you're at, and all of a sudden you're kind of feeling around, and there's a creature, and is it real or is it not real? You never know, right? What's coming out? Also, creepy sounds and things as well. I think once and there's some other stuff I'm not going to give away that happens, because if I tell you, then it wouldn't be as scary as when it actually happens. But there's some other really creepy stuff after the Psych Ward, before you get into the maze and go to the cemetery and all that. That actually is really creepy. And if you search for Terra Lake on Facebook or whatever, you'll see everybody comes out of the maze. We have this gigantic sign that says Terra Lake over it, right? And so everybody comes out, and we have all of our creepy clowns, and some of those guys come out and they take pictures with everybody.
Okay, period.
And we've got this one guy. His name is Jimmy, and bless him, he is the creepiest freaking. The way he just kind of moves and just kind of stares at everybody when he's outside, it just creeps people out. Like, they won't even take a picture with him. He's just so creepy. And of course, Chops is everywhere. He's all over. You never know where Chops is going to jump out at you either. Old scary clown Chops. But we also have this year's back is we have a dance room as part of the whole thing, and we have trap doors in the maze.
Okay.
Where if you don't do what we want you to do, we'll just may send you right back in.
That is insane.
And so it may take you a little longer to get out of the maze. Yeah.
Lastly, what's been your favorite part about running Terra Lake?
I think just getting to deal with the public and the people. Like, you get to see so many different people from the Hattiesburg, from Hancock. Oh, we had somebody got married in the cemetery first weekend. They drove 2 hours.
That is insane.
They drove 2 hours to get married and had get married. I'm sorry. They had a proposal. That's it's the thing that happens before you get married. They had a proposal in the cemetery, and we kind of all set it up, and everybody kind of got together and did it. It was really, really cool. Had pictures and everything. So cool.
That is one of a kind and
it is.
Amazing experience. I love how people went to a maze and then let's get married or let's get engaged first and then get scared.
Let's get engaged in a cemetery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That just makes total sense, right?
They must have to like Halloween or like be in that.
They really must love Halloween. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so that was really cool. For it.
No, that is amazing. Thank you so much, Keith, for joining us today and sharing your voice with our Eagles. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Coming up, we got a news wrap from Nisha Rika talks about USM student actor films Sonder.
For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Liz Renika. Sometimes I get bored and I start imagining what I would say in my award acceptance speech. You know who to thank, what moments to talk about, a few lies here and there. We have all done it. But one of the students from Southern Miss, Srizal Thapa, might be much closer than most of us to actually doing it in real life. His short film, Sonder, won multiple awards and nominations, and he attended a film festival in LA where he met Hollywood stars like Madison Wolfe, Michael Murray, and Ted Donovan, to name a few. Let's listen to Thapa talk about his movie.
Sonder is about this hopeless romantic who must fight his deepest fears to bridge the gap between himself and a stranger, which turns the park that he goes to kind of release himself into a battlefield or a stage of personal redemption.
The award judges were not the only people impressed by Thapa's talent. He has also been highly praised among his classmates and professors. Matthew Ernest, one of his professors and mentors, talks about him.
I think he is an exceptional student. I don't just think that. Everyone thinks he's an exceptional student. Very hardworking, very creative, and it's been wonderful to see him really turn a corner in his acting this year. He has met some pretty significant artistic challenges and has done beautifully.
Thapa also mentioned how his family, which is from Nepal, was not always on board with him pursuing theatre as his career, but became fully supportive after Sonder. As a Nepali person myself, I cannot overstate how big of an achievement that is. For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Nisranika.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Big thanks to Seb, our audio engineer, Meadow, our video producer, and Carl, our assistant producer, for keeping this bird flying. A special thank you to our program director, Adeline Fields, and our general manager, Dr. Martin. We appreciate everything you do. I'm Sam Romeo, signing off. Don't just get through the day, make it count, keep shining, and don't forget to be someone. Y'all have a blessed day.